So come in, take a sip, wind down with me here as we enjoy a Hendsrick's gin with the slightest, just little twist of lime to kind of give it a little something. But really, on its own, it's pretty fabulous. And it's a Sunday. Nothing's open here in Germany. I won't be driving anywhere. So I might as well start the day off right. So looking at our grid, we have a Sunday theme here called The Sounds of Music. And this is a Mike Ellison grid, edited by Joel Fagliano. And why don't we go ahead and hop on into it and see what this Sunday holds for us. Okay, here we go. So, Cartoondom's Princess of Power. I haven't got a clue. Okay. Rouse could be to stir. And Chinese province known for its spicy cuisine. I do believe this would be the Hunan. What guacamole often costs. What a conductor might wear to a concert. Split, maybe in two. Comparative, that's is it inadvisable starting choice in Wordle. Zenith's opposite, well, that's a nadir. So what do we got here? Get hitched again, maybe re-wed. Okay, and groupies. Yeah, I'm getting this. So comparative, that's inadvisable. Starting choice in Wordle. Maybe rarer? Maybe rarer. Okay. Some kicks. Irritate, maybe to rile. Okay. What do we got here? Actress Russell of The Americans. I think that's Carrie Russell. Pretty sure. So some kicks could be Nikes if we're talking about, like, all the other kids with the pumped up kicks, kind of kicks, as in trainers. So talk smack about, written in code, Beatles hairdos. I think these are mops, right? So, flat formation, ice cream parlor requests. I mean, I don't really know for sure, but starting with an O. Let's go with one scoop and then check ourselves on the downs. Why don't we try that? Blank chiasm, section of the lower part, front part of the brain, and that is the optic chiasm. Rodgers and Hammerstein's only musical written for TV. Campus military program would be ROTC. And jockish sort could be a bro. And it's such a bummer. Maybe boo. Gradually increase in volume. Flexible position. I'm thinking yoga, maybe. Asana. And this means the flat formation could be a mesa. Written in code. One of a trio of famous tenors. So, I think this is Pavarotti, but it doesn't work with optic. But, Sundays can be weird, so let's just get Pavarotti in there for now. Written in code. I mean, if you're codifying something, maybe you're enacting it. So, I enacted. I don't feel good about that. Tableau, well, that would be a scene. Okay, these are things I know. Cuts off. Okay, severs. Kind of an ugly word. Talk smack about could be trash. Gradually increase in volume. I think this is crescendo. And exec in tech. Probably the chief information officer. Suspicious informally. What Beethoven's next symphony would have been, and that would be the 10th. He never got around to that one. Pretty pleased with the 9th. It's a bit of a simple scale. Na 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 na. But so suspicious informally could be hinky. I guess you could say that, right? Quattro e due. So that would be 8. 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 in Italian is otto. So what do we got here? Reference online. Maybe link to? Yeah, kind of works. Whose performances were as astonishing as all get out? Okay. Cash coffers, maybe tills. 1988 #1 hit for Randy Travis. I don't know that, but it's got enough written out for me to know that this is I told you so, and now that'll be stuck in my head all day. And again, we're missing the last letter, which makes me want to go back up here, what a conductor might wear to a concert, and that would be a tuxedo, and the O has been cut off, I suppose. Groupies, this looks like adoring fans. Let's check that F though. Needle holder. Cutback or an alternative title for this puzzle. Okay, so yeah, they're cutting these off. Okay, got that figured out. Like many roofs would be shingled. I guess it's only going to apply to the musical stuff though. I thought crescendo. Is this increases in volumes? Gradually increase in volume. Yeah, it's crescendo. Term in both finance and linguistics. Well, as a cognitive scientist and a linguist, I think this is loan, as in loan words. You know, the United States, England, all the English-speaking world, it's a very liberal language. The Germans will come up with their own word for a taco shell, you know. Yeah, they just will. You know, we used to be wanted to go get a CD player. You have to get a CD Spieler. I mean, they're not going to just say CD player. I mean, they're very conservative. They want to keep German. A lot like the French. But English, no. We'll have pizza, and then we'll go for some sushi, and hey, let's get some tacos for tomorrow. I mean, we will bring on anything in our language, and I think that's kind of cool. So we have a lot of loan words. Grammy-winning Beyonce hit of 2009. I guess this is Halo. I've seen it before. I'm sad to say, I mean, I blush to say, actually. You see the red coming in? That I don't know much about Beyonce, and I need to study her more. I mean, she can't be that great without me having an opportunity to listen. Gladys Knight's backup group. Well, it was the Pips. Huh. Well, that's not. Cutback. Expels. Need something more on that. Sweetened cornmeal in Mexican cuisine. And I think this is Pinole. Pinole? I think. Closes as a suitcase, maybe zips, so I might have latches. Brief instant, maybe a sec. What do we got here? Featured performances. Rapper who shares part of his name with the world's tallest building. And I think that's Wiz Khalifa. Science exhibition could be a fair. Mounted on. Oh, good lord. We're out all over the place here. Let's get some. Whose performances were as astonishing as all get out. Get out? Maybe Houdini? Yeah, I mean, he got out of it. Staccato marking. Okay, now we're talking about sheet music. This would be a dot. But staccatissimo is a wedge. You see a wedge above a note? Really a lot of emphasis on the staccato. Otherwise, just a dot. Staccato. A-rat-a-tat-tat. Weep, maybe sob. It sounds like sob would be a lot louder than weeping. twirling one's hair, for example. This is a tick. If I had hair, I would probably twirl it. Instead, I do weird things with my fingers all the time. I don't know. Maybe it's a sign of genius. Slopes attire resembling overalls, and this is a ski bib. Ski bib. Like musical mixes that overly emphasize bass notes. And I don't remember the whole piece of that, but these are bottom somethings, I think. I mean, I really... Now, barge type, we've got spuds and scows, so probably an S. We got 4 letters to work with on that. So let's see what we got on. Mounted on... I guess this could be a stride. A stride, maybe? Let's take a look. Let's find out. Now we're going to have to figure out what this next is. Is this a P or what? So, no. This is hats worn by Napoleon are, in French, bicorne. Or a bicorn. I can't remember how to spell that, but I think we've got a scow here. Bicorn. Bicorne. So is that a U? They're one of a trio of famous Catherines. I'm going to go with the wife who outlived Henry VIII for this one. To check this, admits, yeah, cops to it. Copying. Sounds kind of like stealing, though, doesn't it? Golf gimme is a tap in. You know, I used to be guilty of golf. I'm not anymore. Okay, go driving. So, okay, I remember now. Hats for, see, these are bicorns or bicorns, and I forgot that it was hats. So I was like, well, maybe I got to put a U in there or something, but no. So go driving, maybe take a spin. And what do we got here? New Waves, Adam Ant. Don't drink, don't smoke. Why do you don't drink, don't smoke? Destroyer of a castle, perhaps? Something tied. Maybe it's a sand castle, but I don't know what kind of tide that would be. Autumn colors. These are probably fall tones, which look great on my darling bride's face. And ensemble, she looks great in fall tones, but she looks great in anything. You can wear pink or blue. It doesn't really make any difference. Blank Smith, drummer for Alice Cooper, and this is Neil, not to be confused with Pert. So let's see, maybe a bit of Bit-O Honey, the most terrible candy bar ever. I did not like those when I was a kid. I really didn't like candy anyway, so it didn't really matter. Hotel room freebie. No, that makes me think it's something you can take with you, but I guess we're talking about an iron here. I guess you can use an iron for free. Bumpkin, maybe a yokel. And is this an ocean tide? I mean, percussive shaker. Because we got kind of paring things down here, but I guess this is a maraca. For our purposes of the puzzle, marketplace originally called auction web. I remember when it was called that. Pollen carrier. I'm assuming this is a bee versus a pollen holder, which I think would be a sac. SAC maybe. Small lump. Mangy mutts occur. And I think that helped me with the small lump, because I think this is now a nub. And Rodgers and Hammerstein's only musical written for TV. I did not know this, but I guess it's Cinderella, and I guess we're not gonna have the whole spelling. It's gonna be a Cinderella. Breaking Bad and The Wire, for example. Never saw either one of them. Disorienting thing to wake up from, I'm assuming, is a bad dream. Fabled monster, maybe an ogre. I don't know why I always attribute them to Scots, Gales. I guess because of that movie with the voiceover from Michael Myers. I need to make it like a Scotsman, something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. Breaking Bad or The Wire. It's probably a drama. Let's see. Trumpet. Short request at a salon. No? Is that a U by any chance? No, I can't think of a fable most starting with U. I mean, I think it's like, Buzz It or something. Trumpet. Bumpy Ride. Eurasian Mountain Range. Yeah, okay. It's the Urals. I've been there. That's mostly in Russia. There's a tiny bit where I caught the Urals in Kazakhstan. And that was a really cool place. And honestly, they don't mind the Borat jokes either. It's kind of funny. Disney voice role for Idina Menzel. I'm assuming this is Elsa. But my little Lilibet would not forgive me if I didn't get that right. Pioneer in electricity, looking like Tesla. And I guess these are dramas. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Bumpy Ride. Wait a minute. So this must be a short request at a salon as a bob cut. I mean, that might be short to some people, but that's not a short haircut. My wife has a short haircut. This is... Okay, so gazing angrily is probably a glare, and a bumpy ride is a camel. Okay, that's clever. That's clever enough. I like it. That's good. Give me something to cling on to here. Cut back. I guess this could be scaled down. Can't think of anything else that would have 5 letters starting with an S and then 4 at the bottom. Amount after deductions is probably net pay. Audience to an advertiser. Well, I was an ad exec for quite some time. We always called them eyeballs, but we'll see what they are. Let's see if that's right. We're going to check ourselves. Buster. Grocery checkout staple. Steely Dan hit that charted for 19 straight weeks, and I'm a fan of Steely Dan. That'd be Peg and Sugar, so this must be gum. And I guess this Buster is a bub. All right, bub. Comic pianist known as the Clown Prince of Denmark, and also my childhood family physician. Yeah, Norman Borge, MD was his name. Borge. Classic tune inspiring a joke about eels. It's true. Okay, so that's Amore. That's Amore. And of course, it's scaled down. Corporate move for short. It's probably a relo. Doctor's note. The end. Well, if it's French, it would be fin. Fin. Musical slide. Oh gosh, this is like glissando. God, I hate it. I can't remember that. I think it's 2 S's though for sure. Okay, we'll have to get it on the downs, I guess. To the point, maybe terse. And I guess this must be a referral. Referral. It's a doctor's note. Referral. Toodles, maybe. See ya. Okay, and with footwear retailer founded in Montreal. Yeah, I think that's a glissando, and I guess we're cutting it down. And I think that's is it Aldo? ExxonMobil brand abroad. Now, finally, we're getting an Esso clue that's not talking about a gas station in Canada. Because it is abroad. We have Esso stations all over Europe, right? It's just, we just call it Exxon in the States for some reason. So, Esso. Finally, I'm liking this. Let's see. Trees that can grow multiple acres wide. And I had to know this for something somewhere in my life. And I came up with a mnemonic device like a bunyan. So you see like a banyans. And they, instead of being tall, they were wide. I don't know if that would be any help to you if you'll ever need to use this word again. But if so, you're welcome. Some olds of old, and that was the Oldsmobile Sierras. I came really close to getting one. Like bossa nova or salsa, and we're talking about Latino. Prepare to pop the question. Kneel? Yeah, get down on one knee, huh? Expels, maybe spews? It's gross. Makes me think of, not being able to digest your food or something. Featured performances, and we get some showcases, and Lennon, who co-wrote the Oscar-winning short War is Over, and that's Sean Lennon. And I've kind of always found it sad that poor Julian, who looked just like his dad, seems like he maybe didn't get the affection. I mean, Sean got Beautiful Boy written for him, so it seems a little unfair. I don't know. Okay, C67 across. Well, let's do that. Let's go C67 across. So with 76 across, genre for Fall Out Boy, and I'm assuming this is emo pop. Seems like it's trendy. This is one of those things that, probably won't be so easy to guess 10 years from now, going back in time, right? So part of a battleship, I guess would be a row. And classical singers, classic Greek mythology for sure. Scotch sampling, well, I guess this is a sip, but that doesn't really, it could be sampling anything, like a Hendsrick's gin and lime. That's good. I might drink that whole bottle tonight, since it's almost empty anyway, so. Locale for one leg of the Triple Crown of motorsport, and I think this is Le Mans. Le Mans. I am a huge fan of Formula racing. Singing Simoon. I think this is Nina, but I need to make sure. Blank Colonies, communal society that went on to form an appliance company. I think this is Amana. Yeah, they were up in Iowa, and went there. Usually every summer when I was a kid with my grandparents, we would go up there with my Oma and Opa, and we'd go through Amana Colonies and get dandelion wine that the monks had made. Really good stuff. I guess they were radicalized priests or something that were kind of asked to leave Germany, so they went to Iowa. I guess the Lutherans didn't like them too much. Okay. I'll be with you shortly, so this might be in a moment. And bit of living room footage. Needle holder. Oh, a conifer. An evergreen. A non-deciduous. So we must be talking here about a home movie. Maybe. I don't want to sound too convinced of that. Robert Matthew Van Winkle. This is ding, 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 ding. Yeah, hit with as a fine to slap. Settings for timers. I guess that's going to be ovens, but what is this going to be? NKP. Mess hall duties for short. Okay, on KP. And first word when thinking Mr. Roboto. Domo. Arigato, Mr. Roboto. I think it was the Styx, wasn't it? I think it was the Styx that did that song. Musicals beginning. Eldest of the three musketeers. So we had what? The three musketeers were what? Ethos, Pathos, and Logos? No. That's an argument. There must be Athos, Porthos, and Aramis. And I think Athos is the older one. Though Oliver Platt did a fabulous job. Platt? Yeah, Oliver Platt did a fabulous job playing Porthos the Pirate in the original Three Musketeers. Well, it's not the original, but it was the one that came out in the 90s. That's the one I liked. I don't know why, I just liked them. Guitar chords. It's probably strings, but I don't know. It's got an end. Gregorian song, maybe a chant. More subdued. Musicals beginning could be Act 1, right? I mean, 86 autobiography of the Queen of Rock and Roll, and it's Tina. Yeah, Tina Turner. We just lost her. It seems like not too long ago, and I've still mourned her loss. She was great. Goof, maybe Slip. And so we got Mark Hamill in there. More subdued, maybe Narrow soccer victory. Okay, 1-0. Okay. And guitar chords. Oh, okay, straps. So that makes sense. So maybe tamer. I have a feeling we're going to get ourselves in trouble with this. I'm going to have fat fingered it somewhere. And if I did, you probably saw me do it. Question asked in a Les Miserables song. And I guess it's who am I? Who am, I guess, yeah. So bottom, Marsalis, family patriarch. Is it O'Neill? Marsalis? I cannot remember that. Throwback hit, probably an oldie moldy, like my mother used to say, oldie moldy, super goldie. Necessity for beer or bread. I'm going to just take the leap here and say it's got to be yeast, right? Yeast. It's like an ugly word. It's like moist. It just, ugh. Email folder with the T at the end. It's probably not going to be spam. It'll probably be sent. Is it Ellis? Yeah, musical. Oh, bottom heavy. Okay, got it. I'm in here now. I'm in the game. Female fox is a vixen. No, that's literally a female fox. Like I think baby foxes are kits and stuff like that, right? You know, but a vixen. Sounds pretty cool. Jazz trumpeter Davis. We're talking about the great Miles, I think. And yeah, I guess it is. It's going to be Ellis Louis Marsalis. I think that's his name. You should know that. Speaker's voice is Alexa, and Easy on Me singer. That would be Adele. And we're not done yet. I better turn my speaker on. So if I'm right, I want to hear this little jazz number at the end. So I think I've got one up here. And maybe this cartoon dumb's Princess of Power is Shira? And what guacamole often costs. Looks like that might be extra. So I don't know. How do we do, Bob? Hey! Fantastic. 26 minutes. I mean, that's a long time. Been a lot of jaw jacking, and of course, we had to figure out what the deal was there. So yeah, okay. Well, but it was a good grid. I'm really liking it. Shingled. Yeah, Morocco yokel. I'm glad they got Wiz Khalifa in here. Hamill's a hard one for me because sometimes I forget how to spell it. I think it's just Hamil. Must have been somebody else with that line. This was a great one, glissando. I had just forgotten what that was, and a nadir. I mean, how often do you run into that? I mean, rare, right? So this is kind of cool. It was a great puzzle. I really enjoyed it. Not bad for a Sunday. I'd like to thank everybody for convincing me to start doing the Sundays too. So great. Anyway, as you go about your Sunday, right, whether you're a church-going type or a day-drinking type, whatever you are, I accept you, no matter what you are. And one of the things that we can do is we can just be nice to one another, right? Let them in on the highway. You know, slow down, do the speed limit, right? You know, unless you think you can get away with it and there's no cops around, then fine, whatever. But take your own chances on that one. Be safe, be careful, be friendly, be kind, be generous. If you've got it to loan, you've got it to give. Remember that. That's the most important thing. In the meantime, if you want to be nice to everybody you meet, especially when people who maybe have a different native tongue than yours, then it might be a good idea to maybe learn how to say hello and goodbye to them in their language. So, for example, we could say Auf Wiedersehen. We can say Au revoir. We could say Arrivederci if they happen to be Italian. If they're Vietnamese, you can say Hẹn gặp lại or Tạm biệt. And you could say adios, que tengas unos lindos días, ciao, shalom, masalamati, I don't know, annyeonghaseyo if they're Korean, and yeah, did I say aloha already? Because if they're from Hawaii, you might want to say that. And then figure out whatever mahalo means, because that's kind of cool too. In the meantime, y'all take care out there and be safe, be happy, be good people. Cheers.